Alright you guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you are having a great day. Now today we are going to be completely stripping down Beep's frame, welding on some frame stiffeners, and then painting the frame as well. Now as you can see, I've already started to film, or I started to work on it already. You see the little patch over there, and the same there, and damn, it's windy as fuck. But I started to make a video on my phone, because I wanted to just make like a little Instagram reel about doing it, and then I realized that this is way too much content for an Instagram reel. And so I figured why not get the big camera out and make a full-length video out of it. Now I'm testing two different methods of taking all this off. As you can see right here, I started with the air die grinder and the sanding wheel. And I decided that I wanted to try some aircraft remover. So from over there to like about the end of the black right there is all aircraft remover. I put a bunch on, I'm waiting for it to dry. It doesn't look like it's doing much, honestly. And then I took the wheel off up here and I'm starting to manually do all of this. Probably gonna have to do all of this as well and see what I can do with this hole. It's probably just gonna leave it. I also need to clean this up because we're going to be welding this pretty soon. Or by the time this video comes out, the welding video will already be out and everything will already be welded. It's going to be kind of a weird timeline because the next video that I'm filming after filming this is the welding video, but this video isn't going to come out until after the welding video because I don't even have the frame stiffeners yet. So yeah. Now the reason being is I just had some time off and this is the only thing I can really do right now because I don't have the stuff for the welding. I need to get some argon and the feed line for the argon into my welder. More about that in the welding video, but we're gonna stop yapping and start working. I'm going to be sanding all of this down. I don't know if I'm gonna take the suspension out. I kind of want it to still move because I don't know if I'm gonna have to move it. Move the Jeep at all, so I'm just gonna go around it for right now. But yeah, I'm gonna shut the fuck up and we're gonna start sanding. Alright, so I've been doing a bunch of different methods. I've been using the grinder, I've used this disc, I've been trying these, trying to figure out what's the best way to get this rust off, and it looks like the grinder is the way to go for the fastest effective way. Now Gio has my wired grinder and the cordless one absolutely fucking sucks, it dies so fast. So I think what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to take this shock out, the spring out, lower the suspension down all the way, unbolt this so it's out of the way, and pretty much get everything out of the way so I can just completely get all this in one shot. Bruh. Fucking garbage. Alright, so I'm guessing that I need to take the control arms out for the axle to drop low enough for me to get the spring out. So I'm going to leave the spring for now and I'm just going to get all the rest of the room that got cleared up by taking the brake line and the shock out. Alright, so this is where I'm probably going to be leaving off for tonight because the sun is setting and it is getting dark out. I did make a decent amount of progress. As you can see, I need to finish up here and then going all the way down the frame. But like I said, I don't even have the stiffeners yet and I still have to do the other side as well. So I'm just going to cover this up for now and push the tire underneath it and it should be good to go. Alright guys, it has been raining non-stop since I last filmed the last clip and I haven't gotten any farther. I have started to take the front axle out because we're going to be taking both the axles out in this video because we need to get to the frame behind the spring perches and all that and the springs, and then in the back here we're going to be taking the leaf springs out and all that and the tire off. And I think I'm going to add on the task of painting underneath the Jeep as well, because we're going to be undercoating the frame rail, so we might as well undercoat the entire Jeep, if you get what I'm saying. So I'm 3 guys on a tripod, and we're going to get this front axle out. I'm pretty sure I can do this right now. I've already gotten 3 of the control arms off, so let's continue. Alright, after quite some time, I ended up getting the front axle out. We still have to pull the drive shaft out, and I ended up having to cut the traction bar because there's no way I was getting that out. The bolts were just a little bit too rusty, and this is all getting replaced anyway, so I don't know if I have to actually untighten the drive shaft or if it'll just slip out. Alright, so I honestly do not even know where I last left off, but off camera, I've been doing a tad bit of work to, oh, I got water all over myself, to this rear axle. I pretty much have everything torn out. We got all the bolts holding the leaf springs out. We've got these bolts holding the springs out, or the springs, the shocks. I do need to disconnect that drive shaft, and then literally everything is disconnected, and I'm going to be able to hopefully jack up this drive shaft, or this axle. I don't know what I'm yapping about today. Yeah, we'll be able to jack up this axle and back it out off of these shocks. I almost said springs again. I'm fucking losing it because I'm currently going through a whole hell of a lot with the Passat, but we're gonna get straight into it. Alright, so I got a little drive shaft out. As you can see, I've knocked out this shock on this side. So this shock is no longer on. Only thing holding it on is the other shock, and I completely forgot about all of the brake lines that are on this thing, whether they be the emergency brakes or the regular just brake lines. I'm gonna do something that future me is probably gonna hate me for, but I'm probably gonna have to refab all this stuff anyway to work with disc brakes. So I'm just gonna cut all of the brake lines. Now, it should be simple enough. I probably should get the drain pan under here so that I can actually not get brake fluid everywhere. Okay. Oh, these are actually brand new too. We just did these not too long ago. Well, there we go. And she's bleeding out a little bit. There you go. You can see she's bleeding out. Now this one I'm also just going to cut. This is a steel braided line though, so there is no actual fluid in this. Let me cut this. Okay, I wish I was just recording because I almost completely dropped the Jeep, flipped it. I ended up having to cut this shock because I could not get this shit to come off. Obviously now I can probably just bang it off, but this is stuck. The leaf spring is stuck in the shackle, so I'm gonna have to pull on it, and if the Jeep falls over, I kind of want it on video. So we're gonna set you guys up on a tripod. Sorry, peanut yard. That didn't work. Just yeah. Blow it out. This is not the correct jack to be doing this. Go. No, 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 no. Don't fall off like a silly goose. No silly goosing. Look at that. Okay, it's out. It's good enough. That is good enough for me. Alright, I don't know how much of that you saw, but I got it out. Yeah. I'm out of breath, but we got it out. I've cut all the brake lines. Shock is cut there. I'm going to take that off so people don't see that when I post it on Marketplace. I accidentally took the spring out for the emergency brake, so I can't get this drum back on for right now. But that's fine. As you can see, the Jeep is currently fent leaning like a motherfucker. You can see from the front. From the front better. Oh, yeah, she's fent leaning. So, I think it will fix it if I just slowly go down. Come on. Oh, no, no, no. We don't want that. Alright, so I can do this, which is holding the back up now. And I can drop this, hopefully, all the way. This could end very badly. Come on. Oh, okay. I likey, I likey. And then, one second. Okay, and just like that, we have successfully took the front and rear axles out of the Jeep. I'd rather have my outside, I call this my outside jack because this jack was outside for an entire year holding up my old Passat. It's seen rain, it's seen snow, it's seen everything in between, so I'd rather have this sitting outside holding up the Jeep than my very expensive off-road jack, which is already getting abused. But I mean, it's kind of what it's made for. So, next step is obviously going to be getting these shocks out. I definitely need to jack this up higher. Also, I do want to say this is very temporary until I get 2 more 6-ton jacks that I can put in those corners. Because obviously this is not the right way of doing this. I just need to go and get some more 6-ton jacks. And yeah, but like I was saying, obviously next steps are to get these shocks out, gas tank out. I don't know what this box is for. It's something emissions, and it obviously wasn't doing shit because, yeah. But yeah, taking that out, and then drive shaft, exhaust, transmission, transfer case, and then the engine. I do want to talk to you guys real quick about the engine. We're going to be pulling the engine, and then I'm going to be giving it to Gio, and he's going to be completely rebuilding this engine. We're going to be turboing it, 4.6 stroker motor build-ish thing, and yeah, very cool, very fast, and it's going to be getting put into a different Jeep. This Jeep is getting a diesel engine. I'm not going to tell you which one yet, though. Alright, so we're going to attempt to take the gas tank out, and in order to do that, me and Mark made ourselves some very custom hangers, and it's that bolt right there that we just need to loosen, and then this old gas tank will drop right out. We also need to disconnect the filler neck and all that crap. Let's get to it. So I have no fucking clue what size it is, so we're just going to figure that out right now. Oh, I was gonna say, wait. First try. First freaking try. Oh yeah. Unless, I mean, it's a little rusty. I do got 15. I mean, it's definitely not a 15, it's definitely a 14. But I mean, maybe just to break it loose. I have a bad feeling this gas tank is gonna go right on my head. Okay, we're going to. Oh, she's loose. Okay. Now, will the ratcheting mechanism feel? Okay. These threads are very, very rusty. I'm glad I have a ratcheting wrench. Motherfucker, get off. Get off, you bitch. Oh, shit. Give me my wrench back, you stupid bitch. Give me my wrench back. Okay, guess we just need to. Did it just break? Oh, I forgot I can do that. Holy shit. I forgot that this thing weighs like 20 pounds now. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is what Milwaukee likes to call the torch. I also just realized that as soon as this gas tank is dropped, it's the last heavy thing in the back here, and it might just... So I'm gonna actually take this and put it in the front and jack it up from the front. I don't care if the gas tank just falls. Alright, so I ended up putting some tires here so that if it does decide to fall forward, it'll just land on these tires and it won't completely fall to the ground. Reason being that the engine is still in and is pretty heavy and is probably the heaviest thing on the car. And without anything in the back, the gas tank is the last like heavy thing back there, giving it any weights to balance it. And as soon as that gas tank drops, it's a good chance that this is going to forward. And I don't want it to fall on the ground, so I have the tires there. this is a very rare occasion of Tyler using his brain before he does something stupid. So I'm gonna cut these two thingy-mabobs out and try and get this gas tank out. Come on out. Ooh, there we go. She's out. Now I just need to lower her down. Okay, and okay, so I just unhooked the filler necks and it fucking fell off. I'm sure my copyrighted music on. Oh. Yeah, so it fell off. It's okay though. We are going to try and oh, there she goes. She's tilting. Fucking tilty towers over here, boys. Do you want to just move this over the way and move this back over here so that I can unplug all these fittings and shit. And we need to undo our connector. Now I just put a new fuel pump in this thing. Oh, there it goes. Just like I told you it would. Smart move by me. Okay. Come on, bitch. There we go. Alright, so I just put a new fuel pump in this. If you haven't seen that video, go watch it. Alright, so I just put a new fuel pump in this. If you haven't seen that video, go watch it. This is fairly new. So I probably will keep this. It's a loud ass fucking motorcycle. Okay. So I'm gonna throw this to the side. I probably will keep this tank and reuse the fuel pump that's in it because it's a pretty new fuel pump. And I can use this fuel pump for when I do my other 4.0 build. So let me move this aside. I'm actually gonna pour all the gas that's in this into a gas tank. And then we can put it in Bella's car because my car is a diesel. But what a freaking move by me, man. That was actually pretty smart of me. I'm actually pretty proud of that. But I'm probably gonna get the off-road jack up here and jack it up so that it's sitting flat, and then we can pull the engine. I'm probably not pulling the engine in this video. I don't know, but yeah, let's go get that gas tank. Okay, so this is where we are going to be putting the fuel from this fuel tank. This gas is actually pretty old, so should be fine. It has a bunch of seafoam in it, I think, too. Alright, so I just cleaned out this drain pan, and this might be the cleanest this freaking drain pan has been since, like, I bought it. And I'm going to dump the fuel in here first and then into here because I feel like that's going to be a lot easier. Oh, shit. Okay, we're gonna have to get creative with this shit because that bush is heavy. Up here. Where's the fuel at? All right, so I got most of it out. There's still a little bit in there, but just look at the fucking state of me, bro. Covered in dust. I swear I don't actually live in the hood. It sounds like I live in the hood. Anywho, yeah, I'm disgusting. So I'm gonna move this on over to the parts pile over here. And I'm gonna try and get all this gas into here. Okay, now that's the gas tank. I have it all washed up over here. Probably actually going to be selling this as well because I forgot we were using a high flow fuel pump. Ugh. I'm having a fucking stroke, guys. I'm sorry. A high flow fuel pump for the racing XJ build. So yeah, I'm probably gonna sell this in the marketplace too, along with these straps, which I just took out. And honestly, with it being leaned over like this, it's actually perfect for what I'm trying to do right now, because I can literally sit under this thing and sand all this down, wash all of this, and get all this painted. Along with getting these shocks out, I think that's called a charcoal canister. I think that's what that's called. And then only real thing is to take the cross member out, cut the exhaust, and then pull the engine. All right, it is another day working on the Jeep. Today we are mostly going to be focusing on taking anything off the engine that I can before we have to pull the engine. So a lot of like linkages, wires, all these hoses that connect to the radiator, all the small stuff like that, just trying to get it ready to pull the actual engine out of the car. And then once I'm done with that, I'm probably going to be moving along the back here, because last time I was working on this, we dropped the rear axle out of here. I need to get those two shocks out, try and get that charcoal canister out, and figure out what I'm doing with all these fuel lines. So I'm trying to crack this AC line to get the lines off the AC condenser to get the whole radiator and everything out. And it just fucking shot Freon and dye everywhere. Yeah. No bueno. Jesus, trust me. Alright, you guys, it is another day working on the Jeep. Now, yesterday, me and Gio put in some crazy work getting a lot of stuff taken out of the Jeep. I didn't film any of it because we were kind of just in the moment and I wasn't really thinking about it. But I got all the wiring harnesses out from the doors. All the door harnesses are gone now, along with the where the fuck did they go? The button, or I guess he didn't get this one, but we got the buttons out. I got the vent doors out. We got the roof rack off. Why is my, there we go. Got the roof rack off. I took all the seals out as well. We got some work done back here. We found out that this shock is gonna have to be cut out, but we got the other shock out, the charcoal canister, all the fuel lines and brake lines are now out as well. So pretty much back here is ready, besides this shock right here to get sanded and painted. We're gonna take these shackles out too on both sides. I just took out the brake booster and the master cylinder. You can see them right there. Just took that out, and now we are working on getting the steering components out, and I figured I should probably start recording. So I'm gonna throw you guys on the time lapse, and we're gonna get this whole steering system out of the way. Alright, and just like that, we have pretty much everything off of the Jeep that we possibly can get off the Jeep right now. I ended up ripping off this shock. You can see where it ripped off. And then underneath here, you can see the bolt is still there, and there's also a bolt stuck in there. So we're gonna have to extract those before we, or we can paint over them for now, but we are gonna have to extract those once we get to mounting in like the axles, because that's gonna still stay at the same shock position. But I have, as you can hear, the air compressor is running now because we're gonna start sanding. I am going to be sanding down all of the rust underneath here. There's a lot, so it's probably gonna take me a decent while, you know, sand all of this down as well. And yeah, let's get straight into it. Alright you guys, so today we are hopefully going to be pulling the engine out of Beep, or the engine and transmission. Last night me and Gio got a bunch of the bolts going around the bell housing out. There's a couple in the back here that we can't get to, and the transmission needs to come out anyway. So I think I'm just going to finish taking out the cross member and taking the transmission bolts out, and then taking the motor mounts out and seeing if I can just pull it all out together. so we got the engine out. The transmission is literally just laying on the ground right there in a puddle of different oils. That was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be, but I got it done. Gio should be coming and picking the engine up tonight, and then that'll be out of here. But I do need to move this transmission out of the way, and I have absolutely no fucking clue how I'm going to do that. So, yeah, we're going to get to that. Alright, so I've got pretty much everything cleaned up underneath. As you can see, I have oil literally everywhere, and I ended up moving the transmission. This thing is not that heavy. I think that me and Gio could probably just pick this thing up and move it. But I am going to power wash it real quick because it's disgusting. And I know it's going to be satisfying as fuck, so I'm going to set up the tripod, power wash all of this, try and power wash the driveway as much as possible. I'm going to be doing like a deep cleaning once I am done making a mess. I need to descale all of this and all down there and then pressure wash all of that. But once I'm done doing all that, I'm going to deep clean all this because I've made an absolute mess. And yeah, so let's get the pressure washing. Alright, so I have cleaned up a lot of stuff. I took all my tools away. This is somewhat clean. We're going to have a full video just doing transmission stuff. I'm going to repaint it, replace some of the solenoids. It needs all new linkages, so a bunch of different stuff is going to be happening with that. Can this bird shut the fuck up? Grayson is currently in the window watching said bird. But, yeah, I think this is where we are going to be leaving off today's video because it's already been a very, very, very long video. I'm sorry about that, but we got a whole lot done. It's pretty much stripped all the way down to the frame. I'm gonna let this bird go away. I'm gonna clean all of this out as well, and next video we are going to be sanding and painting everything. I know I said that we were going to be doing it in this video, but it's just too much. The video is already way too long. So next video we are going to be, you can see all down here that needs to be washed, and we're going to be descaling all in the rear because in the rear it's all flaky and rusty, so all that needs to be descaled. And we're going to continue to strip it down to metal. We're going to be welding on the new frame stiffeners, welding in all the panels that need to be welded on, like the floor, all the holes in the back, the new rear quarter panel, and then we're going to be completely painting the underside. So yeah, if you watched all the way to the end of today's video, I just want to say thank you so much because I know it's been an incredibly long... This bird is so fucking annoying. Go away. Yeah, that's what I thought, bitch. But yeah, as I was saying, if you made it to the end of today's videos, thank you so much. I know it's been a very long one. I appreciate all you guys, and I'm super excited to finally be making some decent progress on the Beep build. Next video, like I said, we're going to be sanding, painting, and yeah, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you in the next one. Peace.